What if I told you that your own home is basically a museum? Yeah, really. Not some quiet, stuffy place with velvet ropes, but a living, breathing collection of your family's history and your community's story. Today, we're going to figure out how you can become the curator of your very own past. Now, really, think about it for a second. What's tucked away in your attic, sitting on a shelf, or packed away in a box somewhere? We're about to go on a treasure hunt, and you know what? The map leads right back to you. Just look at this thing. This isn't just some old camera. It's practically a time capsule. It captured birthdays, vacations, all kinds of moments, and it saw the world through a totally different lens. It tells the story of a time before we all had smartphones in our pockets. See? History isn't just in textbooks. It's in everyday objects just like this. Objects that actually belong to us. So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with this big idea of a school museum and then turn into full-on historical detectives. We'll use some super cool modern tech, learn how to protect our discoveries, and then put on a grand show. We'll even see how this whole adventure can lead to a future career. Sound good? Let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, what in the world do we mean by a museum in your school? Well, it's all about turning the ordinary objects around you into something extraordinary. And let's be super clear, we are not talking about dinosaur bones dug up in some faraway land. A school museum is a collection of things that tell the stories of you, your friends, and your neighborhood. It makes history personal. That's the real magic here. Every single family has traditions. Every community has a past. This whole project is about shining a light on those stories, keeping them safe, and sharing them with everyone. It is your history, your story. Okay, now for the really fun part. The hunt. We're officially going on a search for artifacts, and trust me, you are going to be amazed at where you find them. So, what are we looking for? Pretty much anything with a story. Could be some old coins, maybe some silverware that's been in the family for ages, or even your parents' old movie tickets. Think about that old wooden chair in the corner, or maybe a pair of your grandparents' glasses. Each one of those is like a little window into the past. And this shows you exactly the kind of range we're talking about. On one side, you've got these incredible old railway lanterns that literally guided trains through the dark. And on the other, a cell phone from 1998. I know, it might not seem that old, but wow, does it tell a huge story about how fast our world has changed. Both are history, both are totally fascinating. All right, so you found a potential artifact. Now, how do you unlock its secrets? Well, you don't need to spend hours in a dusty old library. All you need is the device that's probably in your hand or your pocket right now. Yep, your smartphone is about to become a time machine. It is seriously this simple. Using an AI tool like Google Lens, you just point your camera at the object, the AI does a quick scan, figures out what it is, and then boom, all of a sudden you've got information about its history, when it was made, what it was used for. In 3 easy steps, you've become a historical researcher. How cool is that? But what if your family's story is in a different language? Well, this is where things get even more amazing. AI tools like Boshni or Google Translate can help you share that story with literally anyone, no matter what language they speak. It connects your personal story to the entire world. Finding these objects is one thing, but, with great history comes great responsibility. So now we need to talk about how to take care of your newfound treasures. Every artifact needs a different kind of care, right? A brass lantern might need a very careful polish to really make it shine again. A delicate wooden box probably just needs a gentle dusting with a soft brush. And those precious old photos, you want to keep them safe and flat in envelopes so their memories don't get bent or faded. And this is why it matters so much. Preservation isn't just about cleaning stuff. It's about respect. When you take care of these items, you're honoring the people they belonged to and the stories they represent. You're making sure those stories can be told for years and years to come. So, you've hunted for history. You've uncovered its secrets, and you've learned how to protect it. Now, it's showtime. Let's talk about how to curate your very own grand exhibition. I know, putting on a show might sound like a huge deal, but it's really just a few simple steps. First, set up your space. Then, carefully place and label every single artifact. And those labels are super important so everyone knows its story. After that, it's time to spread the word. Make some posters, post online, invite your family, your friends, the entire community. This is your story and you want to share it. And this is the result. An event that brings people together and makes history something you can actually see and touch. It's so exciting. You're not just showing off old things, you're creating a shared experience. You're starting conversations. You're literally bringing history to life. Now, you might just think this is a fun school project, and it is. But believe me, it is so much more than that. You're actually learning the skills that professionals use every single day.
Seriously, you're not just playing museum curator. You are getting actual real-world training. I mean, think about it. Research, organization, storytelling, preservation. These are incredibly valuable skills you can take with you absolutely anywhere. Let's just connect the dots here. All that research you did, you were being a historian. When you arranged the exhibit and decided what went where, you were a museum curator. Telling the story of each object, that's what an exhibit designer does. And carefully preserving those items, you were thinking just like an archivist. This project could be the very first step toward a totally amazing career. So, we end right back where we started, with a question for you. Every object has a story. Every family has a history. The past is all around us, just waiting to be discovered. So, what story from your past will you choose to preserve for the future?